So study the circuit shown below. So when John closed switch S, he noted that the fan turned on and the light bulb turned on and off. You see, now I'm waking up. Do you realize just now I was a bit like, oh my god. No, very good. So now I'm like, hey, I'm back. So explain because the question is tough, right? So explain how the light bulb was turned on and off repeatedly. Aha. Okay, take a look. Electricity. How did the light bulb turn on and off repeatedly? It's not just turn on, no, but on, off, on, off, on, off. No. Okay, study this thing. So this is upper primary, electricity. Okay, slightly more difficult questions. Not your usual kinds. Okay, but nonetheless can be done. It's an example of a question, okay, that you guys are going to see right in your exam paper, because this came out from an exam paper. Okay, what I did was what we did was we look at all the exam papers, then we compile, just pick out all the questions, right, from different schools. So this came from one school. I don't remember which school it is, okay, but one of the school. So now before I can explain this thing, I need to explain to you, I need to show you all something. Okay, it's called electromagnet. Okay, so there's this thing called an electromagnet. Wait a minute, this not the one. Electromagnet, N-E-T. Oh, double N. So what is an electromagnet? Okay, so this is actually an experiment that we should be doing if we were physically in the center. Okay, can you see this picture? So in this picture, we have a battery. All right, we have a nail or an iron bar. Right, this is the iron bar. And then we have a wire that goes round and round and round and round and round this thing, and then eventually coming back here. So there's no light bulb, no switch, no nothing. Okay. So what we're gonna do, I mean, if we were having the practical, is we will just use a scotch tape to tape the wires here, and then what's gonna happen is that this iron bar will become an electromagnet. That means it becomes a magnet. Okay, so one more time. As long as you find a piece of metal and then you take wire, you coil around, the thing go round, 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 and then you put it back. And once the whole thing becomes a closed circuit, right? This thing, this item, automatically becomes a magnet, as you can see over here. So it will attract paper clips. Okay. So how is it related to our question? Now look at this iron bar. Look at that. So this is iron bar X. So iron bar X is being coiled with wires. Okay, just like how this magnet, this iron nail is being coiled by wires. So when they coil this thing, right, automatically iron bar X becomes an electromagnet. And then what it will do is it will attract bar Y. So bar Y will go up. Okay, now when bar Y goes up, let's study the electric current flow. When bar Y goes up, it creates a closed circuit. Right. So electric current come here, pass through fan. Okay. Goes in metal bar Z, right? Okay. I'm sorry. So wait, let me restart again. Sorry. So when John closed switch S, right, we're gonna start with here. When John closed switch S, so at first the bar is here. When this one is closed, the electric current will pass through. Why? You see the bulb lights up. Okay, and then of course the fan also turns. The fan turns. this thing goes up here. Okay, it will pass through here, go here, and then the whole thing is magnetized, right? Then it becomes an electromagnet. You see that? So one more time, when you close the switch, I'm going to type it here so that we can refer. When switch S is closed, comma, the iron bar becomes an electromagnet. Okay, then after that, what does it do? It will attract bar Y. Okay, so far is it okay? Do you understand? When switch S is closed, the iron bar becomes an electromagnet, then you attract bar Y. But what happens when bar Y goes up? When bar Y goes up, the circuit becomes an open circuit. Okay, now when it becomes an open circuit, the iron bar X will not be magnetized, comma, hence bar Y will drop down and create a closed circuit again. Okay, this is why the light bulb will turn on and off, because the bar Y is causing a close and open circuit repeatedly. Do you understand? Right? Therefore, the bulb will turn on and off repeatedly. Okay? So the next one. Now John replaced the bar Y with a wooden bar. What happened to the fan and the light bulb? So instead of a bar Y, now become wood. What happens to the fan and the light bulb? Okay, so none of you got it correct. Now let me explain what happened. Now what happens is that if this is turned into wood, the bulb will not light up, right? So this one, no, not light up. Okay, the bulb will not light up, but the fan will turn on. This will be turn on. Why? Now, because when you close the switch, right, the electric current will go here, right? So it will turn on the fan. But when the electric current is trying to pass through here, right, it touches this thing, right, which is wood. So wood is an insulator. So electric current cannot pass through. So because electric current cannot pass through, the bulb will not light up. Okay, right? So this is just one example. I'm going to show you another one. Okay, these are examples of difficult question for electricity. Okay, so very simple, same thing. Just PM me your answers for A and B. Look at this setup, right? So it's the same thing. We got this metal rod and this coil thing happening here again. So Xavier used some metal rods of the same size. State another variable that you must keep the same in order to ensure a fair test. What's he trying to do? To find out whether iron or steel is a better metal to make electromagnets. That means he changed the metal rod with two materials, iron and steel. So the question is, part 8, what must he keep the same to ensure a fair test? Okay. So second one, part B, what can he observe about the following items when the switch is closed? What happens to the iron pins? And what happens to the bulb? So difficult, no? Quite difficult. It's quite difficult. So let's look at this, right? So Xavier used metal, say another variable to keep the same to ensure a fair test. So obviously the type of metal. cannot be used, okay? But what we must keep the same is the number of coils, okay, and the number of batteries, of course. Right? You can choose either one, right? The number of coil or the number of battery. The coil, right, and the batteries, because the more coils or the more batteries there are, the more powerful is the electromagnet. It works the same as the light bulb. Okay, more light bulb, more batteries, the brighter, correct? So same thing, the more batteries there are, the better electromagnet that it becomes. Get it? So what can be observed about the following items when the switch is closed? So what will happen to the iron pin? Yes, so Ziyi got it correct. So the iron pins will be attracted to the electromagnet. Okay, next one, what will happen to the bulb? So obviously the bulb will light up. The bulb will light up. Okay, so those are the two answers. Next one, I'm going to switch. I'm going to skip. Okay, one more. Look at that. Another electromagnet. Okay, here. One electromagnet. So this is an electromagnet. Okay, please read this. This will take a while to understand, right? So, you know, circuits are not just light bulb. I mean, it is about light bulbs, series, parallel, batteries, switches. Okay, but they can make it kind of complicated as well. Okay, please read this and answer A. Just answer A. What happens to the bulbs if only S2 is closed? That means here. When you close S2, tell me what happens. Study the diagram, okay? Start. So I'm giving you 3 minutes to read. You know, and all this stuff is so simple. So now, why is it that only B2 will light up? Now, let me explain that. So when we start with here, we close this circuit. Okay, so when we close this circuit, electric current will flow. Obviously, right? It passes through here, so this thing lights up, the bulb lights up. Now, steel pin and everything, metal rod, so all electrical conductor, it will go one loop, right? The electric current will go one loop like this. Okay, so V2 lights up. But what happens to here? Look at this. Now, this is an electromagnet. So this electromagnet will attract this device to the right. The steel pin will be attracted to the right. So when the steel pin is attracted to the right and then it moves to the right, it creates an open circuit here. This is an open circuit, right? So once the circuit is open, there is, even though you close this or you don't close this, right? There is no way that B1 will light up. So B1 will never light up. Okay, once this S2 is closed. Okay. So the question is this: what is the now A no you do already drawn. So what is the disadvantage of using such a circuit in a household? This is a circuit, okay? So basically you have a bulb here, you have a bulb here, and then you have a switch. This switch can go left or right. Okay, that means this thing can either go to X or it can go to Y, the metal strip. Right? It pivots here. So it can go left, right, right? So the question is, what is the problem with such a circuit in a household? No explanation. Just what's the problem with this type of circuit? Imagine this is your room. Okay, so this is like one room, and then this is like another room. Can you tell me what is the problem with this kind of circuit in the room? PM me as well. This PM thing is important because I need to know if you know. Okay, please private message. What is the problem with using this circuit at home? What is the problem? So the problem with this is a very simple problem. Imagine this is one room. Imagine bulb A is in one room and then bulb B is in another room. You cannot switch on both at the same time. Okay, it's very inconvenient to switch the metal switch. For example, if you are in this room and then you have another person in another room, it is not possible to have both light up at the same time because the switch either comes here or there. Okay, so the other way, of course, is both don't have light. That means you put in the middle. That's the fairest, okay? But if this person A wants the light, then he gotta turn it here, then this one lights up, but then person B will not get any light. Okay, so this our switch is very bad. It's a bad idea, right? Parallel, even though it's parallel, okay, but the switch is put in the wrong place. Okay, the location of the switch is wrong. So that's the problem with this. Now here's another one. Okay. Now here we need to study clearly, okay? Okay, now I'm gonna get you all to draw. All right, look at this. Draw two lines to represent wires. Okay, wait. To connect the components so that the circuit gain will work properly. So you're gonna use different color. Okay, so now how does it work properly? Not sure if you have seen this game before. The loop cannot touch the wire mains. If the loop touches the wire mains, two things must happen. The buzzer must sound and the light bulb must light up. Okay? So now this thing is not complete. It's incomplete. So I need you to draw two lines in the whole circuit. The circuit consists of all these things, okay? All these things, everything here. To connect the components so that the circuit gain will work, right? So because we're running out of time, we only have 1 minute to decide now. So I think there's blue, there's red. Ziyi, I don't know if there's purple, or you can try find another color. Okay, draw two lines. So that the circuitry...
Can I use black?
Sure, go ahead. Ziyi, black color, right? When the loop touch the metal wire, there must be a light bulb light up and the buzzer must sound. Both at the same time.
I know.
No, do you understand the game? They'll take the thing and go around the wire maze. This thing will go around, and you cannot touch. Once you touch, this thing will light up, right?
And then you lose.
What?
Then you lose.
Yeah, that means you lose.
I don't understand.
Okay, so I'm going to review the answer with a purple color line, okay? Okay. So Sichen, okay, Yijiang, no red color. Okay, so this Sichen is correct. Ding ding, right? This who? Ziyi also correct. Ziyi also correct. So you're gonna connect here and here. Okay, here and here. Why? Because you can see the loop, this electric current will come here, go down, right there. At the same time, you also come here. You power the light bulb, and then go here, go back to here, and wherever the person touches. Okay, so this is how the whole thing can light up. Okay, and that is all for today. All right. slow day nonetheless. Okay, but the questions are tough, right? So that's why I understand. Okay. Now next week, what we are